So in this video, I'm going to talk about three topics. The first one being Meghan using the kids as a shield against criticism in her latest Archwell rebrand. The second one, Harry calling himself a Prince of Wales. And the third one, the unique opportunity to pay $100,000 to dine with the Montecito morons. So let's begin with this one. The first, which is the Archwell Philanthropies that they are rebranding. You know, all the troubles and all the, let's say, issues and the inconsistencies that Harry and Meghan have been dealing with for more than a couple of years. I think that more than a couple of years. And now they want to just sweep all that under the rug. It's like, you know, New Year 2026 is coming. Let's forget about all that. That never happened. All that never happened. We have a new name, and most important, our kids are going to be included in that. Yes, you might be asking, how does that work? And I myself don't know how would that work, but I do know that I read this, and I need to share with you what Archwell Philanthropies says. Archwell Philanthropies is home to the charitable work of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and they broaden their global philanthropic efforts for meaningful reach and maximum impact. An impact that has been dwindling as of late because, you know, Meghan has been busy with other projects, I guess. And after 5 beautiful years, the Archwell Foundation is becoming Archwell Philanthropies. This charitable entity allows the couple and their children to expand upon their global philanthropic endeavors as a family. All right, so it means that we're going to see more of the back of the heads of the children, which I will refuse to show on my channel because, yeah, that's exactly what Meghan wants. And not only people sharing that, just a word of advice to my fellow content creators: be careful, because that's what, man, that is a bait. That is a bait. That is a trap. Okay, this is basically a trap. But this is interesting because precisely it's using the kids as some kind of buffer. You have the layer, the philanthropic layer. Oh, we are trying to do good for the world. We are looking for all these wealthy people to, well, on one hand, borrow those private jets from. That's one thing, of course. But at the same time, we want them to give money to this our charity, so we can retain 95% of that money and then give the 5% that is required by law. That is a layer to avoid quote-unquote scrutiny, but that layer hasn't worked that well because we know that the numbers, the math ain't mathing. So the second layer to avoid scrutiny is that, oh, you cannot criticize us because you will be criticizing our children as well. How can you criticize children? How are you so heartless of criticizing 4 and 6 year olds? It's 4 and 6? I don't know. I lost count. 4 and 6, I think. That's basically it. That's the plan. So maybe as long as we talk about the numbers, maybe as long as we talk about the Montecito morons themselves, and we just skip all the kids stuff, pretend like they don't exist. Oh, wait. No, just intrusive thoughts. So maybe we'll be safe. So that's at least what I'm going to do. And, well, I would advise people to do the same. Sabira always has great takes. Let me put this in layman's terms for the uneducated supporters that have no clue what this means. Basically, Harry and Meghan are not making any money in their charity. They're just going to be signing their names on the dotted lines to support other people's work because their model is not working out. They're now going to use their children to try to get other people involved. This is a whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, it's more like trying to play the game. We play the game of, oh, look at how we are as a family. You know, that has let's say that they are envious of other family. I'm pretty sure that I know which family they could be envious of. I'm going to address that in a minute. But this is just a PR, a public relations move. Try to use their children as buffer for criticism, as a family. Oh, you are not attacking Harry and Meghan now. You're attacking their family. I'm not gonna attack their family. I'm not gonna mention. I'm going to blur every single reference to anything that is not Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and Harry, Duke of Sussex. And that is all that Harry is. And that's why we need to jump to the fact that Harry is calling himself a Prince of Wales. But before we address that, I'm going to talk about the holiday card. According to Task, had a good take. Interesting Montecito Christmas card. Not Christmas card, holiday card, because you know that they don't have the cojones to call it Christmas as William and Catherine did. I'm going to make a video about William and Catherine's Christmas card. But yes, so yeah, they must have rushed after the Wales one was released. Meghan in dress is see-through, how very Diana. And no, I am not going to zoom in on Meghan's see-through dress because I have principles and I need to uphold those principles for my beautiful royal rogues. And yet again, I'm not gonna say this. Harry looks stoned. Well, I don't know about Harry. Maybe I can zoom in on Harry. What I do know is that, well, the quality is not, maybe this is not the best quality. Again, I'm going to blur anything that is not Harry and Meghan. But was kind of a flat picture release. Again, well, I'm going to talk about William and Catherine's car. But I wanted to talk about this, and this was shocking to me at first sight. What is Harry doing holding an U.S. flag before we talk about the Wales thing? And no, I was mistaken. Thank you for who pointed out in my Royal Row account. I'm gonna mention them because they deserve to be mentioned. Have very keen eye. Was mentioned by Zana Marion. Zana Marion mentioned that he's carrying his pole stick. It's the female rider who is carrying the flag. Is she the one carrying the flag? No, Harry is carrying his pole stick. So yeah, it would have been really easy for a misunderstanding here. You know, I'm all for making sure that we get things straight. But why? So Harry's introducing himself as Harry Wales thanks to Nancy Sidley, who shared this clip of Harry. I'm gonna play this so you can listen to it.
Please welcome Harry Wales. Harry Wales.
All right, yeah, effectively, here's Harry Wales. Did I just hear that correctly? I thought it was sausages, and no, the guy is actually doing that. He has done it before. Thanks, Riley Dog, the press office of HRH Riley Dog. This is amazing. I mean, yeah, some of you have keen eyes. Harry Wales, what in the background? Is this legit? Is this a bit distorted? Has this been? Wait a second. I have my doubts about this one. Letters look a bit distorted. I don't know. I'm gonna take this one maybe with a grain of salt. I don't know. It's so many stuff going on nowadays. But on the Stephen Colbert show, thanks Meghan's mole, Harry was introduced as Prince Harry Charles Albert David of Wales Sausages. So yeah, he's trying it's like he's trying to half brand himself as Wales. Of course, this is a direct attack on William because Harry is not Wales at all. Canal, Harry's bitterness at the fact that he will never be his brother, William, is eating him alive. Imagine going to Aspen for a polo game that his team lost once again and demanding to be introduced as Harry Wales when Harry is Duke of Sussex since 2018. And J.E.May has another take as well. And if Harry becomes known as Prince of Wales, how long until Meghan has the squatties call her Meghan Princess of Wales? you see where this is going. I agree. And that would be, of course, infuriating, because you know how the media in general insists on calling Catherine Princess of Wales Kate Middleton. This is something that there's no way. I have blocked so many of them, and this is if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that I begin calling Meghan Princess of Wales. Prince William's jaw, Harris is using Wales as his last name to play on the ignorance of the non-British who simply do not understand the naming conventions of the royal family. I wouldn't say that all or every non-British doesn't understand. Many people are really fans of the royal family all over the world. They understand. But a lot of people, like everywhere, have no idea how that works. Oh, it so happens that Harry is also a Prince of Wales. I didn't know. I learned something new today. No, that they will be wrong. And I understand Prince William's jaw point here. He and the Mrs. are once again using half-truths to ensure people continue to feel they are being bullied by the royals. And Charles Boy's mail, poor boy still thinks he's Captain Wales. Oh, Wales. Wales. Yeah, well played, Charles voicemail. This is the thing. But now we have the opportunity, the unique opportunity of having a dinner to dine with Harry and Meghan. Fancy dinner with Harry and Meghan, thanks Harry's gray suit. It's yours for $100,000. Harry and Meghan Markle have quietly auctioned access to themselves to the highest bidder as a way of raising money. It's said to attend a dinner with the sausages costs around $100,000 a plate. They use the company charity bus to raise funds for their charity Arswell. Arswife was Meghan's show, right? Sounds like the flops are broke, and what the hell would waste their money to have dinner with a nose wiper and a slob that eats like a pig that's so gross? I'm gonna tell you something. This could be my opportunity to do the funniest thing, but for many reasons, for reason number one, I don't have the money. If I had won the lottery, I would really consider that. I would really consider that and be right there. And I looked like, hey, hello, you have seen my show. Hey, I was the highest bidder. Here I am. And if possible, record the whole thing. I don't know. Use my, Mr. Steed. Install some kind of GoPro on my Mr. Steed hat and go to that fancy dinner. I couldn't have my hat on, and that would be poor education. I would have, I don't know, some kind of recording glasses to record the whole thing. That's what I do. I would have a great fun. That would be a great show afterwards. I could do that. And regarding the thing that they have been trying to do with not only the $100,000, my question to you, by the way, in the comments is, if you had $100,000 to spare, would you use them to go and troll them? But I can imagine that I would be kicked out almost immediately. But I know how to troll them without them realizing they're being trolled. They will realize like 2 weeks later. That's especially Harry. So they released this video about what they have achieved on their charities, and the video was mostly, if not all, old stuff. So yeah, that's why they are really desperate in so many ways. Really desperate, and we need to be relevant. We want to do this, but again, they are missing the point with what they are doing with their children. And it is despicable as well. I think that I have no other words for those actions. But again, I'm going to make a video talking about the Prince and Princess of Wales, the real Prince and Princess of Wales, a Christmas card. So hang in there. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.